what do us as creators feel about LinkedIn today, and where do we want to see it in the future? Welcome to the Daily Diz, everybody. Today we are here with Just Q, talking about where we see LinkedIn today and where we want LinkedIn to go in the future. He's collected a lot of data. I've just now, this is day 20 or 21 of in a row. Like, I didn't think, honestly, I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but what's crazy to me is the evolution from day 1 to day 20. And I mentioned that when I did my YouTube vlogs, is the progress from late November me to early February me. And now we're seeing that same evolution with YouTube. So speaking of, evolution and people and creators evolving, what about the platform of LinkedIn? Where do we want to see LinkedIn? Where do we see it today, and where do we want to see it in the future? So what do you think about the platform and how people are using it today? Because I think a lot of us are starting to use it in a very numbers-based way. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I think a lot of us right now want to get established. And I think that maybe we're trying too hard.
Yep. Why do you feel that?
Well, looking at me, you want to get those views, you want to get those numbers, you want to get those followers, but at what cost to our connections? Are we getting all of these random connections and accepting all of these random connections, which were then, now we have second and third tier connections that maybe don't follow or maybe don't fall in the platform or the space that we want to be?
Yep.
And I think that that's something that's really gonna, we can fix it, but for right now, I think that's starting to hinder a lot of us because we're getting all of these random requests and all of these, I actually had somebody come to me, this is, no offense, not at all a negative thing, but come to me asking to do my voiceover work because they found me LinkedIn Pro Finder. And I had never...
You get a lot of those.
I don't even know what LinkedIn Pro Finder
is. That's the old LinkedIn
is.
versus the new LinkedIn.
So tell me about that.
So old LinkedIn is, okay, we're going to share this post. We're here to get a job. We're here to find employees. That's old LinkedIn. It's a lot of sharing. And new LinkedIn is creator-based, right?
True.
So it's this. It's the collaboration. It's the community. And I think that's where we're at now. It's community, but that's the direction we're headed.
Because when I first came to LinkedIn, a year or two ago, I'm like, well, I'm not a professional, so I don't need to go to LinkedIn because all I'm doing is finding, the CEOs. But that's not the case anymore, and that's going to become even less of the case in the future. What I think is great about Instagram, or LinkedIn, we're just talking about,
cut that out.
We did a lot of things for the gram today, you guys. Did a lot for the gram. What I'm finding interesting is that it is becoming a creator's platform, and in a positive way, more so, because Twitter, it's not just a bunch of 13-year-olds on LinkedIn. It's not Instagram, a bunch of these people that just bought a camera and think that taking a picture of leaves is going to get them jobs. It's just people that know how to be a professional. And I think that for people that aren't on LinkedIn yet, because, who knows what part of this I use for my other content, is when people start to come to LinkedIn, it's going to be a different game for a lot of the people that follow me on other social media platforms, because it's not just putting it out there and seeing numbers roll in or hoping numbers roll in. You actually have to put in the work because these are people that are going to end up making a difference in your careers.
I love that, man. And it goes both ways. Like, a lot of people make fun of me. They're like, you're an influencer on LinkedIn, but there's money on LinkedIn.
Right.
But there's also amazing minds on LinkedIn. Right. All these amazing mentors that you would not have access to on Facebook, on Instagram, because they're not there.
Well, and you brought me to LinkedIn, and I think it's a good fit for me because I think I'm, in a very different way, a very professional person, in a very media.
That's why it goes both ways. Because now we're bringing that to the professional world on LinkedIn, which is exciting.
So, like, for me, I can post a link to this video on Twitter, and 5 people will watch it, but I know who those 5 people are, and I know that they're good minds. Mm-hmm. And I know that if I sent them a message, I could get them to be doing what you made me do. And I think that when people like you and I start to branch out, and you have already, but as I start to branch out and people, there's instantly 2 or 3 people that come to mind that I know could kill it on LinkedIn video. Maybe their message might change.
Someone sent me a message literally yesterday. He's like, Q, I can't believe we're not connected yet, but I was looking at other people's content and they're copying you. So you need to be worried about it, man, and tell them to stop. That's literally what he said.
Really?
Tell them to stop. But one, I told him, like, I didn't come up with anything. I literally copied other people.
Well, and like what's interesting is that, like, admittedly, most of our video ideas come from other people's video ideas. But at the same grade, what isn't recycled on any platform in any sort of media? Because you look at what's being said, and really it's just, you're following that person because you subscribe to what they believe in and who they are as a person. So for you to recycle somebody else's content, but with your point of view, isn't a bad thing in this case.
That's what we want, because that's a part of the natural evolution.
Right.
It doesn't matter if people are just talking heads right now, because as they continue to copy and consume, it evolves, and more people come, and the more voices that are contributing to what's happening on LinkedIn, the better our platform becomes, and becomes the longer.
And I even took an idea from JMatt and tagged him in it, and he even commented and said, "Holy crap, you took my idea. That's awesome." So it's a positive thing where everybody else in every other platform would think, "Oh, they're just copying, they're just this, they're just that." That's like why I don't watermark my photos, because like if you really want to take my work, that's fine. That's on you. I can pursue you with legal action, because I had somebody take my photo once and post it on their profile. And this is actually a good, juicy story. So they took my picture and posted it on their Instagram. And I said, "Oh, thanks for using," I wasn't a dick about it. I was just, "Thanks for using my picture. I'm glad you liked it."
Here's
He
the
said,
invoice.
Right. Well, it was just some 13-year-old.
Yeah.
He's like, "That's not your picture." So I sent him a DM of because I had posted the same day. So I still had the SD card. So I took a picture of my computer screen with the SD card in with the raw file. And I had my, I took it like this, pointed at it, and I'm like, "Then what's this?" And he blocked me. And I'm like, you can't, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about it. And I think what's great about LinkedIn, and moving on now to the future,
where do you see it going?
I see a lot of people coming to it to create videos. And I think what's scary right now is that people want to come and they don't know what to create videos about. And that, maybe recycling somebody else's content is a good idea, because you can always put a different spin on a topic, and your spin on a topic. And I think what a lot of YouTubers, Twitter users, and Instagram users struggle with is identity. And I think Instagram is a great place, especially for me, to find that identity, because you can still be recycling information, but you can still be yourself. And I think I would argue that in the future, LinkedIn should be the first place that people go when they start to want to sign up for social medias and create content, because I think LinkedIn is probably one of the best places right now to find yourself. Because if you aren't yourself, you will get spit out so quickly on LinkedIn that it's ridiculous. But on Twitter, you can hide under your shroud and just post underneath in the background, and nobody will really know that's not you. So I think that moving forward, 3 years from now, 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds should start on LinkedIn. I really do.
That's where the opportunity is, man. And you can be a creator on other platforms, but there's a lot less noise on LinkedIn, and there's real people there. That's what's going to get you a job.
And you can make real connections on LinkedIn. You can follow somebody on Twitter, you can follow somebody on Instagram, but typically their DMs are closed, they don't want to be bothered. But if you send somebody a message on LinkedIn, you know that person really wants to engage, really wants to know more about you, really wants your input, your creation, and I didn't know where MySpace was on LinkedIn, and that fell very obvious in the first few Daily Dids episodes. I didn't even have an intro, I didn't call it the Daily Dids, I didn't have any of this because I didn't know where my direction would take me.
But you found it by starting, dude.
But now seeing the video production quality of LinkedIn, and now being one of the first to start to build this platform from a producer standpoint, I know that my space is helping all of you. And Hugh knows that his space is helping people like me. And you have mentors, and mentors have you, and whatever. So we each can but we found our space on LinkedIn.
And there's so much coming, dude. Hopefully we have live video. We have native captions that are being tested right now. What else?
I did see a few of those. That's going to be exciting.
It's a game changer.
Because
it is.
I think I made a tutorial about subtitles, but as I'm making it, I realized how tedious it was, and I find that to be the least tedious way. And I was, when I was visiting my fiance last week, I was, laying in bed and scrolling through my LinkedIn, and I only stopped at once I had subtitles on because I was in a conversation with her, but I still wanted to engage with all of the creators on LinkedIn.
It's tedious, but it's necessary, man. Someone commented on my video. She's like, "Thank you. Any video with captions on it helps people with hearing impairments like me."
And what's funny about that is I used to volunteer for a charity who one of the CEOs is deaf. So I don't think she watches my LinkedIn videos, but I know that I eventually will approach them to help them get on LinkedIn, because I know that they are there. But I know that once she sees that and sees how many other people do that on LinkedIn, it's going to be a game changer. Yep. And what's awesome is coming from the YouTube and the refreshing that thought. What's great about LinkedIn and what's going to be great about LinkedIn in the future is that it's a slow digesting content.
What do you mean by that?
LinkedIn, you watch a video, you interact with that video, you create relationships. Yep. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you watch the video, you double tap it, press F to pay your respects, and you move on. you're not engaging with that creator. They can see that you're liking the video, but for some of these creators, you're one of 1,000, even if you're one of 10, you're not going to message that person thanking them for liking your video. If I get a comment on my LinkedIn profile or on my LinkedIn videos, I'm going to connect with you, I'm going to want to message you, I'm going to want to chat, I'm going to want to talk, because you're probably into the same space or into a similar space that I'm making videos about.
And what's good about that is it's a discovery platform. So
it is a discovery platform.
I'm gonna swear, man, you're reaching a shit ton of people.
That's
like
fine.
You're reaching a lot of people, and it's real engagement, man.
It is real engagement.
LinkedIn is the shit.
And that's what's so exciting. I know this video has gone far beyond what I normally do for my episodes, but it's really good quality content. I mean, I know that we discussed like native on LinkedIn, but I might just throw this straight on YouTube, because I think that it's something that they need to see.
Do it, man.
Even for, you have your Peter McKinnons and you have your Casey Neistats, but that breed, I think, is dying to some extent. And I think that you'll agree, because, Peter McKinnon, yes, did start just a year ago, but, like, there's less and less and less of them, and they're becoming more and more, not a monopoly in a negative way.
The bar is so high, man.
Right.
You still
so, like,
you just gotta be amazing.
LinkedIn, but, like, people think they have to make this 10-minute vlog, this 10-minute video, this tutorial of, 18 minutes long, but that's not the case. I do 1 to 3 minutes every day.
You just have to build the community.
Right.
And that's it.
And people don't understand that. And I think that maybe the future of LinkedIn isn't right that answer, but I think the people that are the future users of LinkedIn
users of everything, man.
Right.
Everything.
But, in this case of LinkedIn specifically, it's the platform will evolve itself, and I think the current users like Hugh will evolve the platform as he's bringing me to help evolve it. But the future users, because like you have people that brought you into LinkedIn, and now you brought me into LinkedIn, so like now your second, third, fourth tier connections are going to be where the money really happens, because metaphorical money.
Dude, we're about to blow up, man, because VidCon, man.
Well, and that's just it.
Going to VidCon, people get to see what is really happening.
If you post, because if you think about that, and you have what would normally be a YouTube 15-minute video, yeah. You now are putting a summary up on LinkedIn that's 3-4 minutes long, and getting so much more interaction than that video on YouTube. Why? Because you have your community.
Yeah.
And you built that community from doing small form content like this, because it's you. You can go on Twitter, you can go on Instagram and not be you. You can post videos and nobody's like, oh, that's not whatever, it's not who this person is. You can go on LinkedIn and you have your first name, you have your last name, you have your experience, your education, you have your jobs, you have all of this, because there's no hiding on LinkedIn. There's no shroud, and I think that's what the great thing about LinkedIn that I hope stays in the future is that it automatically, before any content is put on the platform, vets out those that don't want to be there. And I think that that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's why I'm so attracted to it right now, because I know who I am and I'm confident with who I am and I'm excited to bring this content out. And I know that this is the right place for me to be me and bleh, get out to the world.
Yeah. It's a good space. Get on LinkedIn.
Get on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn. And if you're already watching this on LinkedIn, stay on LinkedIn.
Stay on LinkedIn.
Because the future looks bright. Is there anything else you want to talk about now, future?
I think the biggest thing is community. I think we're going to see a big evolution. Talking heads, but higher production video is going to be
and that's where I think I fell in, because I do have that higher production value. And we discussed, and we're going to discuss after recording this, more about how I can help you guys more with your video production, because I know a lot of you guys record and edit from your phone. So I'm going to come up with little templates, and I already said that I'm open for commissions if you want a specific intro for your own work. But I'm going to help you guys create better produced content, so that when this third wave comes in or fourth wave comes in, you're already going to be so much higher than they are that you'll never be touched, and there'll always be competition in anything. That's just the ebbs and flows of life.
As long as you build a community.
But if you keep that bar high and you take the time to make your content and make it right, you will always find yourself above the next wave that comes in. And I want to help you do that for yourself, so that you can enjoy it more, you can bring more value to it, and you can bring more people in that will also help bring even more value onto the platform itself. As a new user, and I'm saying that, it's surreal.
I dig that, man.
It's surreal.
I dig that. It's exciting times.
I think that's going to wrap it up, though. I think, unless you guys have anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for Q for being a part of this Daily Dids episode, and hopefully let me know if you want to be in one in the future. I'm fine to do local or even online, because, we have Skypes and Discords and things like that. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I will see you on the internet. Peace.